What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jay. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. To start, Happy New Year's. I know we've been gone for a while now, but I'm promising you there's loads of content coming your way this year. To start, today we have Rene and Nashaly, who has launched their own brand. So let's sit down with them and see what they got for us. What's going on, guys? Please join me in welcoming Rene and Nashaly here. Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So, this is definitely my first in terms of interviewing two people at the same time. So I know we're going to be talking about your brand, which is going to be a huge focus of this interview specifically. But why don't we start with kind of going over some of your background? Where did you grow up? Where did you go to school? Things of that nature.
All right. So my name is Rene Torres.
Giving your government name, man.
Gotta give you one of the names. Known by many, but I graduated out of Harry S. Truman, which is located in Levittown, PA. Truman Tiger, Pride, But as far as background, I did attend ATC, Automotive Training Centers.
Okay.
I didn't finish because I always, had a passion with cars, but real early I knew that having a passion with cars and dealing and working with cars were two different life. So I knew right away within, I want to say 3 months, this is not for me. I love cars, I just don't like working on them.
Okay.
So, I went on my way, and from there I just been working, honestly.
Okay. And how about you? What's your background?
Well, my name is Nashaly. I went to Nueva Esperanza, which is located in Huntington Park in Philadelphia.
Okay.
I wanted to be a lawyer, so strictly on and during high school, I just went ahead and started to do criminal justice courses, and so I was always involved with the community.
Okay.
So in high school, I was learning that process because that's officially what I wanted to do growing up.
Okay.
So I used to do like Girl Scouts, community work with the church and stuff like that. So that's kind of always what I had like my background with. That's pretty much all I did.
Great. So why don't we talk about a little bit of your career before we move on to your brand and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So tell us about what did you do in your past? What did you kind of learn from those things, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so I'm currently operation manager. I work for a third-party logistics team.
Okay.
Now we're partnered up with Amazon, so we're directly dealing with them as of for right now with our contract. Pretty much, I'm just overseeing the whole operation.
Okay.
As far as delivering, how we're gonna be able to deliver the packages.
Okay. There's a lot goes to it. You're not delivering 1 or 2 packages a day.
No.
You're dealing with a lot of people.
Right.
So then I'll move on to you and tell me a bit about what you do and how do you do it.
Yeah. So at the moment right now, I'm working from home. I'm kind of stay-at-home mom and also receptionist, but working from home.
Okay.
I work for a cosmetic surgery location. Where they do the infamous BBLs and all those things.
Okay.
So started doing that. Been doing that for a year, and it's been pretty good.
That's great. So in terms of balancing being a mom and then balancing calls and things like that, that's got to be tough. So how do you do it?
Oh, let me tell you, it's hard. I'm on a constant. Try to get myself in a schedule. That's the number one thing.
Okay.
Working from home, you're kind of working all day long. There's no stop, no beginning. As well as being a mom, there's no stop, there's no beginning.
Right.
So getting myself organized was the number one thing. I started with, baby wakes up at this time, he goes to sleep at this time, he naps at this time. So in between those times that he's eating, I'm typing my schedule, getting everything situated for work. Pause that, feed the baby, get him situated, baby naps, do all my phone calls. After my phone calls is done, baby wakes up, play with the baby.
Wow.
Do my typing that I have to do for work.
Oh.
And it's a lot. And in between
I thought his job was hard.
Yeah. So in between that, I'm also dealing with giving the baby time, helping him learn his books and things like that. So you know. And also, I know parents doesn't like giving the kids too much screen time, TV time, but you know, like Mickey Mouse helps a little bit once in a while in between.
So I think this is a critical question from me to you: is that can they make my biceps bigger?
They can. they most likely can.
Okay, so now I kind of want to move on to your brand. So tell me a little bit of your brand. You know, either one of you can take this.
Yeah, do you want to start?
Okay, well, our brand is called More Life, by the way.
Okay.
The meaning behind More Life is just honestly is an expression. Life.
Okay.
It started off with a positive
Exactly.
like scenario. Pretty much every time our family would get together, gatherings, Thanksgiving, even parties, birthday parties, that was always the toast. You know, we just want to toast
life.
to more
Okay.
life. Like that was it.
That, right?
Exactly.
So that's kind of how it became a thing. It was more of just, again, an expression. Enjoy life, live life, do what you do, and just thankful for everything that you have.
Got you.
And it really took, place 2020, which, I feel like it was a tough year for everybody with COVID and, all these different things. Now, I'm a big energy person.
Okay.
And I just started, everybody that I was around with, it was just, I just started feeling a negative energy. And I'm like, I want to up. Right? Exactly. And, I just wanted to uplift everybody that I was, around with.
Okay.
So I started with different ideas, and I came up with why not put More Life on a shirt.
Yep.
And that's where the whole clothing line, came about.
Ah. So what is in terms of your projection going forward? How are you so for me as an outsider, right? I didn't know that.
Okay.
So what are you doing to make sure that is being expressed? Obviously you're in this interview, and that's part of the reason you're here. But beyond that, how are you sort of projecting that specifically?
So every item has a specific meaning. So every item that we put out there, we try to make sure we express what that item is specifically, what the meaning is behind it. Obviously, right now, Instagram is like one of the biggest socials that and platforms everybody uses. So with every post that we put, we try to make sure, go ahead and put, this is what this item is, this is the meaning for this, and this is what we're doing this for.
So do you sort of have like a path in terms of how you want to grow?
Yeah. So I'd say more, like, for example, right now we're working on our first collaboration.
Okay.
With someone very special to us. It's a small collaboration, but it definitely has a big meaning to us. And I'll use that as an example. So we have, I don't know if to say the exact item that we're launching because I don't want to give it too much, but either way, it's fair. So we have purses coming out. Okay. We're collaborating with his sister who loves art. Yeah. She does art. She draws. It's her form of expression. She's been through a lot within the past year. We've been through a lot within the past year. So we felt like, collaborating together, getting her back into art. And she's so talented. So we wanted to make sure that's out there and put it out there. Right. So we sat down together. We're like, okay, we're going to come out with these two purses, but we want you to express how you feel. Your passion, what you like, put it out there. But we also want to collaborate our feelings with it as well. Wow. So our launch sets, hopefully, everything goes well, smoothly. We'll be launching now on the 23rd of this month. And that way everyone can see, her art piece and as well with both of our feelings.
I love it. I genuinely love it. Have you thought about doing this with like local artists or local folks?
Yes, I say we want to branch out and do different things, and not even just clothing itself, but just with everything, I'd say.
I just feel like it's art at the end of the day.
Right. What was one of the hardest things about this, like launching this brand?
I'd say is people really, I guess we had that insecurity where we're like, are people going to like it? Are people going to be interested? Are people going to buy it? Are people just going to understand, invest in our time? So that was kind of like, I guess, the big stopper there that we were just like,
Okay. And did you overcome that? And how did you overcome that?
We have. Thankfully, we have. I feel like we have overcome it. I mean, we were able to launch 3 different,
launches so far.
Exactly.
If you do a launch, so do you do like one item or do you do 3 items in the launch? How does that work? And why do you do that?
So with our items that we do, showcase, we want to make sure that it's a unisex item.
Okay.
So we want to have something that both men and women can use, not just specifically for women. Obviously, there are going to be some things that...
like the crop top. I was
the crop top, yeah.
Then they would look good on it.
The crop tops, for example, yes, there's obviously some items that are going to target others more.
Right.
But it's I guess the meaning of it that kind of like I was like, I have to throw this. I actually really like this. So.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. I almost commented on it. Do you guys have it for men, right? But I was like, I'm not gonna be on like the professional platform here. Why unisex?
Why unisex? Because I just feel like it's not just one gender. A brand, like you see, it's both of us. We're both putting ideas to it.
Yep.
Understood. Okay.
So she might, like she said, we might drop a purse, but that's her ideas. I also have mine.
Okay.
I'll drop.
So you're dropping a satchel, not a purse.
Hey. Yo, you're right with the money.
Perhaps.
I only want free advice. No
Yep,
more.
no.
Next one, I'm gonna charge you. So then, how does the brainstorming work? Do you guys sit down together? You have carved out time, or how do you collaborate in that sense?
So we try to have our conversations every day about our goals for more life.
Okay.
Obviously, we try to divide our life and our business aspect and stuff like that, but it's hard when we get inspired by so many things.
Right.
So we try to stay in a communication. We definitely every Friday, I'd say, especially since Fridays are my off days, we sit down like, okay, this is this collection, this is this and that. So Fridays are our thinker days.
Okay. So you're the brain and he's the face. Wow. So in that sense, then, do you find yourself any challenges that you find yourself in within kind of going into this business?
Honestly, I feel like there hasn't been no challenges because it's something that's organic.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It's
like
more life.
It's more life.
Yep.
I just feel like when it's organic, it's you. I don't feel like there's no challenges.
I know you kind of mentioned like maybe branching out to certain other things. What are you guys thinking? What do you like? Is just more collaborations or different items? Are you sticking to just apparels? I know these are a lot of questions.
No, you're fine.
But,
no, definitely. Doing more collabs.
We want to focus on different topics too. Like I would love to do like kids clothing. I feel like I struggle with finding boy clothing for my son, so that's something that also inspired me. Like okay, I want to do men clothing, boys clothing.
Right.
So different things like that.
Okay. What do you find the most enjoyable part about this journey of yours?
I say for me, is creating it and seeing someone wear it.
Exactly.
Okay. For you?
For me, it's the same thing. I mean, just creating and just having that bond time between me and her.
Yeah, that too.
Because like I said, we're hands-on with everything, marketing, everything. So just having that bond time,
What is your vision for the brand in the next 5 years?
For me personally, I'd say expanding globally.
Okay.
Definitely getting our platform more out there and people understanding our message.
Okay.
So in the next 5 years, I want people to look at like this is what More Life is and this is what it stands for, regardless of what the item is. It can be a purse, it can be a shirt, it can be an accessory, it could be a sticker on a car. At the end of the day, I want people to understand the message behind it. I feel like now it's the start of people seeing what More Life is. Everyone's questioning like, what is it? What is this? What is that? So I want people within the next 5 years to understand what our brand is.
Kanye, I'm coming for you.
Well, I do want to conclude this interview, but before I do that, I want to go ahead and give you guys the stand to plug in your platforms. So if you don't mind telling us about where our viewers can find you, floor is yours.
You can find us in the website. It is morelife.com, but it's spelled with an X. Okay. So more with an X. Okay. Morelife.com. You can find us on Instagram.
Mine is NAASHH ...
And you can find mine in the link down below.
So please check them out. Again, Rene and Nashaly, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Of course, thank you for having
me.
us.
If you are interested in a specific career path or know someone who'd like to be interviewed, please email us at askalutely@gmail.com. That's basically absolutely without the BS.